Yes, I'm going to be Emra Bedjem so on Adom TV, live on DSTV channel 280, Go TV channel 119, Multi TV. Thank you for watching live as Adom. You're streaming on all our social media platforms from Facebook to YouTube. Maybe I'm a Kobiano. Demo live war Adom. Thank you, sir, for joining here. Someone can say Dr. Same Aye, or a member of the NDC National Communications Team, Government Communications Team. Yeah, share me say lawyer Kwesibu Chesmabe, so a member of the NPP National Communications Team. Dr. Boko there.
Mini aboko na also.
Nyame adom.
Yedasese any munyuma pa wo ye. Media dey some ye the fourth estate of the realm. Mo na mo kan ye wom. Na madwuma no so ani kama. Me ba me hu se na odinfoni bi egu ho a chere the sorry state of the Abradunkwa Hospital.
Yeah.
Na many age pa se wama Ghana fo hu na the honorable fellows kwatofo so aware of the difficulties at hospital in FAC.
Okay.
In fact, run up to the 2024 election no. Even before obeye MP no. Na waye nyuma pi wo constituency ho. Na the TN say until we have been able to solve issue biya about development in a constituency no. Say we any na there will always be a problem. And until na da na da nyina ye to aba. May the pictures be sent to producer.
Okay.
I don't know so obe project here ma.
Well, but on Saka picture na project ni
ni won.
Why?
Oko abokoma no a in the Abrasebu Kwamanka constituency. Omo de you see brand new chip compounds my home. The honorable fellows
even opposition.
Yes, brand new. I don't know say pictures no.
Make sure the pictures yeah.
Ye producer betim de atoso ama etiefo ahwa. Oko abokoma no brand new chip compound. Oko Mori Health Center so a may the pictures be sent o producer. Before the intervention of the honorable fellows Kwatofo, the state of that health center. And after the intervention, the state of that health center. And Mpensenpensenmu so say ufiti bruise weni an weni ekoko. Na agro so beso anadwo a efia no pa memenda be yeda if fia de nwumre. Before honorable fellows Kwatofo so ebedi MP no. Oye sa niema we na together with so many other interventions oye. Enti oyebi enti na many agesa odi we so abeka ho. In fact, he has been aware of a documentary no. Eno amama hu say in fact he is aware na obedi hu nyuma eti say the odi dwuma ma the previous health center any chip compounds no. Okay. Anka I don't know
better so.
Yes.
Well, but say pictures na ready ah. But me pictures na her phone to me no
TF4 so
and come on it me no so the minister attention has been drawn to
exactly
okay so these are some of the pictures now yeah can one sem no
until we sorry state where I mean where abokuma no
okay
new brand new chip company you see e wa abokuma no brand new producer my next pictures no
okay also in the next one now okay it we chip compound
brand new
okay
no.
Oh okay
in fact tama otia no some of these are some of the pictures
okay
where the renovated Mori Health Center no
okay
renovated Mori Health Center
okay
so where the initial pictures how ana is it initially
it has evidence
so abokoma no
e no asem so me say anopia no man for ne hospital pen for nyina ehwe program
sa pepepe e na wokọ Abrasebu Kwamanka so a the honorable fellows Kwatofo so nananom pena asempa because ono oka oye if over the past week he has received several visits from nananom a ono omudi nsa so pa anti where old pictures of the Mori Health Center no before the renovation. Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So there are many developmental projects are all
I think this after.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, where abokuma no chip compound.
Oh, okay.
And there are so many developmental projects. The Honorable Felix Kwacho Fosu, oh yeah, in Kakran Kakra, obedi MP.
So Honorable Felix Kwacho, because Nanama info, I draw your attention and I say they are watching this.
Exactly.
In fact, there's an appeal.
Exactly.
Say, Bedroom, a take opportunity of our coverage.
Exactly.
The infant draw attention of government to their cause. So, what is the plan of the member of Parliament? Say one, and yet the official work of the member of Parliament to do this.
Exactly.
But a person is Jawan area.
Yeah, they are swell.
On only part, you have to abide in the free honor. So, what is the plan for the man 14 Mpensenpensenmu or uses that government hospital?
Exactly. Say, Inter-America say until you solve a problem, beyond there will always be a problem. And nuntina yetuaba. The Honorable Felix Kwacho Fosu is aware of the difficulties. One will say, unfortunately, that constituency, and should the level of representation, I was say in terms of publicity, ne yebema Ghana phone na say indeed constituency this hour. It is Honorable Felix Kwacho Fosu by and because of the public posture and the public commentary, I'm for him to say, or a very eloquent, outspoken member of parliament, or yeah, Juma over why you Juma in the Ghanaian politics over the years. Into ama light to be abba constituency so. All bano, these are some of the projects and many other projects, including educational projects, agri projects, and all that. What you say? Why yeah? And then you mentioned there was somebody minister. What you say? Na obi you said the woman kakra obema ono no aso na onya woman kese obede obema o you say obedi minister oye adwuma me wogidie pa se hwe be enkosi se ne chese ye wobetena ban ni mu kakra no. Most of these projects no the Honorable Felix Kwacho Fosu ebeye nti we intervention kakra me pese me ye ma etiefo we say indeed this is what he has done even before he came to parliament and before he became a minister. Obeye dodo na from now onwards. Enti eye nuanom amwo abroad nkwa. The Honorable Minister and Member of Parliament is aware of the state of this hospital. Now he will put every measure in place to make sure the right thing is done and the hospital will duly be revamped and renovated so that the people can benefit from it.
Ade baby we am person ko honum. Eti nanam so memam special inviting.
Fantastic.
And we drew ami ameba ni aba behwe. Ye abampanifo ebede say omoyi MC honum.
Yes, I think so. Yes, I think so.
It's your MC honum there. We're looking for so the MC will take it up.
Sure.
Because say buying hospital, the district hospital.
Sure.
Which was built in 1946, serving a population of 126,000. It means yai emanentity and So with a member of parliament, the incoming MC, we believe some collaborate. Send a beya. A papa be a won't be a man for someone say it be candy free, sir. Ask me to women, sabit me aka. Then your man in your fella like pictures now, we shouldn't be a fair. We are seeing the before and the after. And Yema, what told the Governor? Yes, no. So that when you be from district hospital, no, so it be a now so. Doctor, na dear, I go find Canny and 2 more. Madam, what to a 10% and what between Canny 14%. So what's our disguise? I wake up.
Madam, say, what mammy, I conya some in Cassassin once. Na, the TN say, Nitin say, this is a regular exercise. Abandadano free sono, omone IMF. Ekodi in Sawoso. In fact, I sent to your producer a document from the Memorandum of Economic and Financial Policy. It was an agreement between the previous governments under the leadership of President Adom and Dr. Baumia. Say after every 3 months, biano, omobeye electricity in Sumun to Moon. Said the Bayer ECG ni Ghana Water Company Benyeska. It is also page 71 of the Memorandum of Economic and Financial Policy. A course on 2nd December 2024, after the 3rd review of IMF programmer, Ghana, Adom Sakosha under the previous government. Into Okanya, page 71 na Ekanema or see PRC will implement quarterly tariff adjustment as per the current policy. Osan say PRLC will implement planned major tariff review at the end of September 2025 and the beginning of October 2025. So what they make can say? Inti enye say na IMF they deal with government and political parties. Say this na also say MPP na also IMF conditionality. And IMF doesn't impose it onto the government. Ya ban na inti say osho head na what say propose structural conditionality under the extended credit facility. Inti ban no eno mo ankasa kokache IMF say we ni hyehyɛ ya ye pese ye di tu ye di gu akwan mu a eno na ebeboa ama ye nya sika o say IMF after every 3 months o ma about $360 million. O ma ma as speak o ma about 1.9 million. Ye hwe say ebedu about 3 billion. Until after the third review on 2nd December 2024, no, this was the agreement the then government under the MPP made. Say after every 3 months, no, PRLC will increase tariffs depending on the exchange rate and what have you.
Okay, the exchange rate not only complements
a guide. Exactly, it's a guide so, for that implementation.
Increment near Huninde. And yet the doing of John Mahama-led NDC government. Debbie. And another down Kokufado abandon the jam.
And can produce a crabby project.
I do it from my joy online. Don't blame electricity tariff increment on IMF deal. NPP managed the electricity tariff better. Gideon Buako to government. Deputy ranking member on Parliament Finance Committee and MP for Tano North, Dr. Gideon Buako has challenged the current government justification of recent electricity tariff hikes, urging them not to attribute the increase to the ongoing IMF program. He argued that under similar IMF conditions, the MPP administration managed electricity tariff more efficiently and in the interest of the Ghanaian people. In a Facebook post on Sunday, 12 April, Dr. Buako outlined a comparative analysis of electricity tariff adjustment between the NDC and MPP administrations. According to him, from 2009 to 2016, under the NDC, electricity tariff cumulatively increased by 294.6%, averaging 36.8% annually. In contrast, he said, the NPP from 2017 to 2024 recorded a cumulative increase of 57.45%, averaging just 7.2% annually. Dr. Buako further pointed out that despite these high increments under the NDC, the country was plunged with doom so a prolonged period of erratic power supply. He contrasted this with the MPP era under Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo and Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, during which he claimed power supply remained relatively stable even with minimal tariff adjustments. Okay. For benefit of a chef for near TFO, as my Dr. Gideon Buako Eka United said, Ma John Mahama Abain and Fasubo and Mose NPP Abaini IMF ko apam and until or Sebosumi and Sebiania 2 and Kania boom. Was a science share na MPP e omubi. Nanso manage send and Kania bobe to me across through a year. And was also a church mu said, Wabra NDC ami yokonya ebetina Ghana akonya so emfihia besen wotwe and Kania bo e kosuru ye pa e chense ne NPP ebaye. It's a Dr. Gideon Buako Ekanyina enno. Doctor.
Medasi. There is no doubt. And material evidence from an IMF documenter. From an IMF documenter, a bino ni IMF echo and shishaye. Okay. Say at the end of every 3 months, there will be increment in tariffs. That is not in doubt. The document is there. I sent it to your producer. Number 2, it is their management of electricity and the energy sector. And on a diabedu situation and the ECG account de over 68 billion Ghana. They record that because of Mpensenpensenmu for super. And they say young fashion work on my phone bedroom say ye papa bi. Me will share the records a car ye brugo. It is not sustainable. MPP baba na a car Ghana did in the energy sector total na 10 billion. Ye kokra in 2016. 10 billion. Yes, Ghana cities. Okay. Ye kokra no ye 2 billion. Na ka 8 billion.
As of 7th January
2017. Na a car energy sector ni na 10 billion. In fact, ni ye 2 billion po. Internet second was about 8 billion.
Na mo twa da na mo twa.
Near to ya.
Okay.
What you say?
It is muja 8 billion.
Just about 8 billion. What you say? And now, President Mahama, because of how visionary he is, or say edidida na yenye edidi preku. Inti mayemfa futuo bi nto wa ebeje sekada ma inchirima. Inti oye bibi e friend ESLA Energy Sector Levy Act. Mena okasai ESLA had generated about 45 billion Ghana cedis in the last 8 years. That money should have been enough to settle every difficulty we have in the energy sector. Says Kano, Obia nim the see MPP for the says Kano could see a work or Jabosia. And ne, you don't even have access to that money.
Before
Ama a car, mama and the Ama, ya broker additional 70 billion Ghana cedis in 8 years.
and it's
45 billion Eslano. Ashi. Omasa brobosia additional 70 billion Ghana cedis. And no yet a car, our energy sector. And we do not need lectures from Obiti said Dr. Gideon Wako, who was the vice president spokesperson and advisor as far as the economy is concerned. What did they make and say? Because in one breath, you manage an economy. Now what a tear pan some economy. No? In another breath, you could opposition at 3 months. You are purporting to lecture a government who created a fund for you to manage your energy sector. I don't think we must encourage a situation like that. MPP buy and between 2017 and 2018. Instead of some manage electricity tariffs well, said the beya ECG benya sika omuhiano, ediabo or minor brano. They decided not to increase tariffs. What did they make and say? Ama a car abe broa ama yedu situation I was to see him.
Iti miptua so ti only Dr. Gideon Wako be ya adwen say the increment na aba no enye because of IMF conditions.
No, I know they were. So my country say already pay 71 of the memorandum. Pay 71 yes of the memorandum of economic and financial policy. Ghana and IMF echo into a contractual agreement. And this happened on the 2nd December 2024.
So you also admit say under MPP under same IMF conditions.
Yes.
Omo Anton Kaniabu.
Almost almost averages Say you mentioned averages.
Okay, the average no can was about
cumulative. And I say average every year
on every 7.2%.
Exactly. Yeah. So they increased it.
Okay.
But it is increment
Okay.
It was not commensurate with the necessary money ECG and no mass a cano.
So PRC ma NPP are buying no a certain amount of increment. And a buying decided say on for the Ghana for so. Obetri kakra bi de ma Ghana for. And na ne o say charge na o say keji o ya anye Ghana for. Sanity.
It does appear like what you are saying. You understand the point? So the point I'm making is that you need prudent management of the energy sector, especially ECG. Said the will not have a situation now the next government to come and suffer.
It is not paying the realistic tariff under MPP. And now
exactly. Exactly. Oh, of course, there is no doubt. In fact, the finance minister actually came into parliament somewhere in 2020 to tell Ghana.
Pay
pay 71. In fact, Kenoforia tap bar parliament be catch Ghana for say because of ECG where they didn't charge what they actually were supposed to charge. And no nama yabenya excess capacity charges. Meanwhile, that amount of money was money's ECG, a car ECG boy on the account. Because of tariff adjustment now. Oman the right way they were supposed to do it. You understand the point? So number one, the point is that what we are saying today a reflection of the contractual agreement the previous government and the MPP went into with the IMF.
But the more decided someone share will be.
Okay. The point I'm making is that no consistent with PRS or more calculation.
Okay.
What's the maker I say? Into our current calculation, that is what we are using. Of course, going forward, the government will put in place measures to reduce it. I say, ye a 2 fuel. The abide bait me, I know. Ye buy ye betting tax, and I ye levy, and I 1.5% withholding tax on unrefined good. so many taxes are MPP are buying the good Ghana for. So yeah, if you because so this is a government that indeed a drain the man for. But the point is that we cannot continue choosing populism over what is actually supposed to be done.
Okay, so what about
to lead to a situation where state institutions like ECG continuously they accumulate debt. And ECG accumulated debt. I minor and I own and independent power producers on a daily basis they are threatening governments on bedroom on power plants. Sikampa, I was say the top fango, independent power plants. We don't have that money. And until they do baby not do so because Sika na e was a binding from ECG. At the top fango, at the 2 independent power producers can now says canino.
And see, what about this argument? Say, Yekoso air to and Kania boom. ECG Nankasa internal operations. Air Kosineka. Why do we visit the scenes of ECG, quote, sin in quote, on Ghana Nina, Okoto and Kania, Nuechiaka? Niaka says because ECG air running at a loss. Because ECG 2 and more back, whom you know me and Sebia, and Chay. Because of Sarkos now all running to know. Yet Nina a year in the form of Eka, as tariff increment. Near the Amao na Uchia Okadada.
And Nuntina, ye tuaba, edi change the leadership of the country. Ghana enye se yada. Enti Osha Yebayeno. In the previous NDC regime, we made significant investments in the energy sector. Unfortunately, that did not happen under the MPP regime. Yeah, twabo gas plants. The power plants by you just cut the to what's the be a Ghana the be to a car energy sector. That kind of investment didn't happen under the MPP.
Okay.
And then Yamencha the Yasaba. I want to promise the people of Ghana who are watching me this morning, me shamobo. Say NDC abaya ayabe. Ye den hyehyɛ ye pa begu akwam ama ECG ana ye nim ne nkane na eka eniom so no ye de sa leadership papa amamu papa aba aban papa aba na sa aban ya aban a ebe hwɛ ECG holistically omo operations omo sikasem na ye den hyehyɛ ye pa begu akwam a ebema ECG operate in a way a entity Mpensenpensenmu to say ena ameno ka say the way ECG atete Mpensenpensenmu. And so that is a solemn promise I want to make to the people of Ghana. And I believe in the leadership of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and the Energy Minister to deliver on the mandate that has been given.
Lawyer Kwesi Botwe, a member of the MPP National Communications Team.
Tadia come up.
So we want to mention. I don't know catch that for you. See, I'm a bed dress. I could see you.
I ask him.
Now the be me a moment when now.
We have fine.
Maybe I shall ye.
NPP mu ye. 2 million naira near the BB akoso kama wa NPP mu.
And it is sure 2028.
Oh, of course. Now head the ekoya.
Oh, yes, sure.
Head the ekoya. In fact, we dey ma memfa akonya suna mentia hwefo ne obi biara ohwe anopai. Na mentia me party mpanimfo na mentia former President Akufo-Addo ne na BDH former Vice President Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia. Na me bae na meti enim ho no ze topics na ye de man se samia ye ono kasa ma aban nti ya toto nkane mu ni nsuo mu no bae meti wona metie de mika dem yanka me time ni abema no ama na kire nsemu de nti a omato nsuo ni kane mu efi se omo nto 2024 no nya sa na omo ka kire Ghana fo nti omo dada Ghana fo no yes, Samia Yuma say in Dada no Modia Dada Ghana for say no be chire in Dada nim. Yet your my way mo. Now President John Dramani Mahama in 2024 kachire yen say Oba be dia akonya no ba Ghana for hun mo no moto abama na or the 24-hour economy den eba. Na 24-hour economy na or de ba no. In century 47 wa bi say say man penny den 24-hour economy. Or say 24-hour economy no de ba na 133. As I want trade no they are buying be ya or the be boa businesses ne say obema nkania ni nsuo boa ye den akofom pachari na ye hu ya na President Mahama ne ni NDC ba mu 3 months ni omoto electricity by 14.75%. e mean see that atu nsuo by 4.0%. In fact, over the two political parties, it looks as if NDC for any time omo be mu bia no, omo pe electricity mu a yetutu, any nsuo mu a yetutu. Now, here from 2009 to 2016, omo to electricity mu cumulatively of about 294.6%, averaging about 36.8% every year. Not just every year, biano, from 2009 to 2016, President John Dramani Mahama Part 1. Now, biano, mo to electricity mu by 38.7%. Offer President Akufo-Addo from 2017 to 2024, cumulatively MPP2 Nkania mu by 57.45%, annually by 7.2%. And to here, yeah, tariff adjustment near the buy no. Sebe, ya managing ye. And MPP na your IMF program, I say. But you manage electricity tariffs ni. When you samia ye kasana energy sector then na MPP ya managing ye na entini yetu abeti aye. Entina Ghana for say MPP for my human show ni mon kwatena baby. Na ye mfa John Mahama is the hope enye den. Embra na say oba Ghana for say John Mahama is the hope. Na Daniel John Mahama is the O. Because in same course no, and ope be about time so you must say, oh, John Mahama. And the whole of Cape Coast, no money kanya. The whole of Cape Coast, no money kanya and Renumre. Now, so Cape Coast for your 8-year electricity adjustment of 14.75%. And are we paying for Doomso? We are paying for electricity. Under this government, we are paying for Doomso. We are paying the government to take over our lights. Dr. Samia is na scanner yetua no omudu ko he ECG pacho in PURC statement no. There is no way omo ka say ECG for nti no mo tutu nkane anim. It is not true. Say the purpose say ye dia to kane mu ni say ECG ka kam ni ECG nti ye de esika ni bi ko he ama yatete ECG ka so. Enya nu nti na yatoto nkane am. Doc, enya nu nti a. Yatoto nkane mu because NDC for say eni na e betima ma ye stable electricity supply. That is the reason why you adjust tariffs, you know. And it says, see, I am so, and as I see, a man for edit the sumunia the idea. NDC force or move to Tunkania boom, send your bayer, you bring a stable power supply. That is the reason for the adjustment. In from 2013 to 2016, the same thing on Mokachre Omodi to Tukaniemu anyhow 10%, and the Betusi Ubetia Tukaniemu by 11%, 12%. Ninyechi da Adom so Ghanaians are asking say NDC for the anytime I'm about Tunkania boom bia mudi doom so neba anytime I'm about Tunkania boom bia mudi doom so neba. So is that what we should expect as a nation? But this mean I feel say Ghana politics now we should move away from the politics of promise win shift. Na yama citizens ni politicians more reshemu. Say unam kroma the ordinary Ghanaian doesn't trust the politician. Asema amanfo kan say politicians say nye den enka no kura. It is because of nyoma bi say NDC for ye nti na amanfo say politicians enka no kura, which is very dangerous because some opposition a esno nkomo amobo mo ba ba mu so a esno nkomo amobo. Okay,
lawyer we dey fache me. So mo table 2. Ghana proposed structural conditionality under the extended credit facility of IMF. Now, also the new structural benchmarks. PURC publishes on its website the validation report of ECG revenue collection account audit for 2023 quarter 4 and 2024 H1. The audit should be based on a full assessment and accounting of all ECG collections and use of funds to ensure an unqualified opinion by the auditors. PURC implements quarterly tariff adjustment as per the center policy to reflect transmissions of changes in exchange rate, inflation, fuel prices, and generation mix to electricity tariffs. PURC will publish the decision paper as technical note to explain and justify this tariff decision within 30 days of the tariff decision announcement and will share with IMF and World Bank staff the financial model and calculations.
But
so
then what
they kind of IMF conditionality.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, so we share we are. Sampa. Say all quite say a bit me out total and Kania boom. Na what share near ma yen base on and found total Kania boom. yen share the exchange rate na yen share inflation. Can we say sa agreement here NPP ne IMF e call yansa na mo free power eno na de ye adwuma ya
me da say even bible kaka say ye wadi na ho kwan nanso nye ni nia na ye den ese fata. It is true say in the IMF conditionalities government had the opportunity to adjust electricity and water tariffs. It is true, but in beside under MPP near war under IMF conditionalities kroya yet to tun kanye mu basa say yana. It didn't happen under the MPP. We manage the tariff adjustment effectively and efficiently. You manage it, and you say you want to every 3 months be sorry, I say 10%, 12%. This is 14.75%. And you too much. Obi anka say man this is 4 to 2. But you see, in 2024 now or more bond to our the 24-hour economy bomb betting kanya. So sometimes now MPP under IMF conditionalities where you.
Okay, so to see here. The challenge now no any the increment.
No, the
challenge, but the quantum of the increment
and also the promises they made whilst in opposition. They never promised MPP the eco IMF conditionalities into moto Ghana for to Abama and say you be adjust electricity tariff. That's not what they told us.
That's what him say and possible say meet me at dodge sa IMF conditionality.
Oh no, they code because you see they code. You know why they code? Because they are kind IMF for they say ultimatum based on inflation.
Yeah.
Exchange rate. You be say NDC bar power inflation assassin him. From 2024, even say December 2024 till inflation hin assassin. Assassin he be exchange rate na hin assassin. MPP free abem na exchange rate near about 15 point something dollar to a CD. And they are saying
16.
It is almost the same marginally. And yeah, he be an abeto so.
It is
unwarranted. Oh, my dad Ghana for. Abai na dada Ghana for. Because Oka be chere in opposition now, but now be different thing now. My dada Ghana for. And this government is just trying to milk Ghanaians through the adjustment of electricity tariffs because it is unjustified. Because from the kind
14.75%,
it is totally unjustified, unwarranted, needless, and a way to steal from the ordinary Ghanaian people. Direct stealing. We are direct stealing.
Loyal.
Because adjustment, and say, what kind of conditionalities now? Almost say, ubetimatum, say inflation kosoro. And I say exchange rate no could do 20 cedis per dollar. And then I'll bet him out to me.
Document.
No, almost say kosura.
20.
I say was 16 or 20 tresa kosura. The part say
kosura. We a lawyer. You can't someone. There be presidency
communications. So kasana meti headi. Me catch a producer. So for me time ni bi kura ma. Na fa tire nsem nim. Na so nsem na wa tire mu ni nia. Ekwa be sise mo ya Ghana 419. 419 so dey ontimi tire mu da. Dr. Samia ye 419 na mo ye no tire mu enye ye because what President Mahama say oba be man kan ya abo akosoro. Oba ye ne den waye. One of the major things why ye ne say wo man kan ya abo no mu ma ye dey akosoro. Me we also be man aba form. 3 days ago sprinters for no money kania and bra say na makan Cape Coast for ni kania. Dum so na ekoso. Ghana for that esumu e da shimu. Say o man we mu no amanie ne o how na NDC for the ababeto ye so. We are paying more for less electricity. What are you going to use the money for? Mo katra say sika o man mu ha say mo ba mo de ba be ye nyama. Afi for stable power supply kra we have to pay more. Meanwhile dum so egusu koso. Enti NDC for it is too early. It is too early say omode amo kire ene nyoma bi say ebe sen Ghana for kom.
But looking at the challenge now a war ECG. Don't we think it's time say Ghana for be clear the realistic power?
You see like I clearly mentioned, Oshe PURC statement no omode buy anymore. They didn't mention say sika no mo ba beji no mo de koye ECG o. So granted without admitting say ECG is in a mess. Tariffs really has nothing to do with ECG o. The main reason why they are adjusting the tariffs is because of stable electricity supply. That is the basic reason.
And also being here to come more.
That's fair. But the Americans say under MPP, near a stable electricity power supply with less money. That is any necessary by the junior pound. Because as the government, I will say sometimes, financial engineering ni ade na wo make sure say o manfo no then the government cry bi wo no ma o motimi etete nkanya so mo nkrofo ni say ne be ya wo nkrofo no ho be henha wo say ne be ya businesses be kosoro because if multimedia Adom TV every month we are make let's example na me ma make a profit of 10,000 Ghana cedis. Now say mo di mo 8,500 Ghana cedis ekotua electricity because of John Mahama ne Samia ye mo 14.75% no mo di abana. Any adwuma ni dey begu at the end of the day because you will not be even be able to pay your staff and other niama mo so mo di a e ma adwuma ne koso. Nti adwuma ni begu enti electricity tariffs we o mo di abai. E ba begu ndwuma. Clearly e ba begu ndwuma.
Wait.
How will businesses survive 14.5, almost 15% electricity tariff? How will they survive it? There is no way they will survive it. Abai we buy onye bibia to incentivize the Ghanaian people. Onye bibia to incentivize the business people of this country. Oba mum no ba betutu nkanie mum. It is unfair.
Okay.
Omo buga na fo komu. They are robbing Ghanaians, the ordinary Ghanaians through this adjustment. Oba mo say levies near the idea you levy a nuisance tax, a betting tax, a nuisance tax, and no cre, ya no more ya dream. Moba ye mobe ye free or be a bomber, basso some my idea. But you are robbing Peter to pay Paul. Mo ye levy and the 1 month cram say you have to tune can
You live in there, say?
About 1.5%. No, it is so bad, I think 0.5% or so.
Okay, and I'm not betting taxes, so you say?
I think I don't see a 10% or
10%,
yes,
11%.
Exactly.
And I didn't say here.
1.5% withholding tax.
I know, it wasn't effective. It wasn't.
Oh, Massa.
No.
Withholding
tax on what?
Withholding tax on unrefined good.
Okay, I know they are no cry. I know they are no cry.
But
I know cry. It was not. No, wait. No, check. There be unrefined gold, my
emissions.
Unrefined gold was for large mining companies, not on ordinary
Emissions.
Emission tax. Na yenkomo labra yeba. Yeba to akobano so. Cause they just start 281 hash. Select option 4. Twagum. Yeba say ma me that draw. Yes, I'm going to go BMT. I'm for D. Omodi omo eko. Etu so koso etwagum. Star 281 hash. Me sha another 1,000 cedis here asana masoriako. Star 281 hash select option 4. Na etwagum sa na 1,000 Ghana cedis because a compute Ghana Easter sales no. Aba osimi say what a compute Ghana exclusive Easter sales na. So from now to 30th April. Ubenya 50% off. Brand B abeto area free year compute Ghana or say LG Samsung say TCL HP Lenovo Tecno Infinix Itel eneke kan bia no unya 50% discount umpewe na open there Ralph no era na to 2nd of May 80 fre na ginchire mu 0302 752020 0302 752020 WhatsApp your 0243 143 143 Compute Ghana WhatsApp number is 0243 143 143. Appropriated National Lottery Authority on the Caritas Lottery platform. And our carbon can say terms and conditions. Yeah, applied. Doctor. Is we can the end is we can see.
And someone aminia kwasi botwe aka no. Me yi ba ko mienu bia no. Me serew. Me nua kwasi botwe say NDC aban nwen Ghana for ho.
Send the asemeda.
MPP aban na edwenga.
Send the no crack.
Hwe. Aban dada etwemu under the MPP. Omoni aban a no mutiri den pass aban bia.
Na yan tunka ne mu 14.57%.
Udiemi. Emra COVID-19 baye. Omo na esiese Ghana for businesses egu. COVID-19 mo aso na mo finance minister be ka kire Ghana for say sika amunya ayi nyina because of COVID 30 billion Ghana cedis. But a car mo boy because of COVID 12 billion Ghana cedis. Me nua mesre wo 30 billion na wo yi mo 12 billion na ka sen
30 billion na
12 billion. Say ka 18. Now say when your profit 18 billion because of COVID when you first 18 billion but a buying way at the to Ghana for so COVID-19 tax. And see that Ghana back even when Ghana for share them on break because of COVID. Why? Ghana unemployment rate 14.7% under the MPP. 2 million Ghanaians in Yejuma. Mabunwa omote amamu a enyemu omu ni adwuma nye. Omu ye bibi kakra omu se omu kocha bet. Manchester United ne Manchester City be ball match. Me kire ma adwen se Manchester na be wini keke. Ne menya ho sika. Aban we the 10% akoto so. Ghana
Dr. Samia electricity
Mamekasa.
Electricity adjustment near Kahuase.
Momo. Thousands of Ghanaians are not momo juma. Me want medical school, me want minu bia, no want me class, no ye momo. And the ninyaka credit. Because of 11 juma buye.
No credit.
Is this a guy the momo
agent for the 11? Dr. Samia na 11 momo agent for the 11.
Me am a customer. Me am a customer because of 11 me use how will he get money? What logic are you using on this platform?
Then 11 how use ka cry until 11.
Mr. Wu
use ka until 11. Then be other than 11 use ka until 11.
But Dr. Senior him say oh yeah cash out.
Me say because of Momo. Go and tell Momo merchants say we cash out unjeska. Ghana ha obi o show me be him say some of the merchants omo je 1 cedi 2 cedi some. Oh it's true sir. But it's not you see. Yes. Me know ya adwin. The point I'm making is that because of the difficulties omajumani face because
difficulty
now say 11 no people were transferring money to their people
from Wolf one.
Me say people were not generally transacting Momo businesses
from their phone.
Yes.
Okay.
And to know
so if they don't transfer from their phone, how does it affect the Momo agent?
Lawyer.
How does it?
Lawyer, Mr.
Oh, Dr. Samia.
Yes, so we are depositor.
Okay.
Yeah, Niska and Amiwa.
Yeah.
And I will draw.
I will draw you too.
Oh, dry.
I will depositor won't you?
Year 211 is that not it?
No, we draw. We draw.
And no,
dry
211.
I got any
Mamekasa. Eti undim se kromwa o deposit and I will draw. Some of the Momo agents omojiska.
Okay, so I can't remember say it may be MTN day.
Yes.
And the announcement by.
Yes.
As a sir agent from yes sir.
Yes.
You report to them.
Yes,
illegal.
Because no majuma samo call from
yes.
Mamekasa.
No, it's not true.
Lawyer. Doctor.
Me I allow you
in the heat
but I'll not allow you to lie. I'll allow you to speak, but I'll not allow you to lie.
In the heat of the debate and Ghana for what the taxes we to Ghana for so. Is this a government or Ghana for? And so please say about banya or Ghana for one. You people are not part.
Okay, to Obia send message from I will say. I go say good morning. Please tell doctor that he cannot use the ideology that this was agreed by the previous government. Like they have reversed appointments even as far back as 2 years. They could have reversed this and made sure they couldn't do it as they told us during campaign time. They should give us a break and do the right thing. Increase salaries by 10% and ECG by 14.75%. When they check, did we increase as low as 10% salaries? How do you do mass sacking of young people and expect them to get money to pay for their ECG and water tariffs? We should know better and stop the lies. Tell doctor he's in government now, so he should be measured in some of the things they say. Nice day, and I miss you. After Thompson,
my main chair won't show. They say, NDC are buying. Are buying over the month. I am you are demonstrating beyond doubt to say we think about the people of Ghana. My board number of taxes are buying by a year free. My board how government are buying. Actually, the difficulties are, or much say Ghana for whom by reducing the size of government, reducing the number of presidential staffers, reducing the number of ministries and what have you. And so this is a government that will join Ghana for go onto the streets and tell them 11 betting tax President Mama Yifi Ghana for some energy at the Abakum. This is a president that thinks about the people of Ghana. Okay. That level of compassionate did not happen under the NPP regime. And it is a net yatutu ECG tariffs, which is regrettable. But far-reaching measures are being put in place by the government of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. So going forward, we will not envisage a situation like that. Yes, say hard times, and I say times of austerities. Emra emoding, decisions are emoding. Okay. I want to plead with the people of Ghana. Ghana for Mutimi. Yes, say we're fascinating credi enemy. And so me yadri. ebedu baby enu baby ayedu ebedu baby na 1%, ebedu baby na 2%, but o share a car ECG abo ene a car yede because of the management a course so in the last 8 years of ECG and the whole energy sector encha ye into ECG the car I will see enya bibi kakra na ye ti ECG kaso na going forward no ye tete so kakra et say odo a pese mama e dan na di che Ghana for oyi betting tax yo oyi e-levy fee ho oba ye say national health insurance ye de musika na ye bibi foforo into wayi tabuna MPP for the to so na fi wonte ne enura ya 834 million Ghana cedis ye tuama service providers
mo betoka
ye betoka 834 million ye tuya
that's the last one no so much
yes ye tuya
so na nyeka
oh ka na say ye ba ye atete ye mo room ni apeska to na ye tuya
oh sir
na ye ba ye wahu
timba na scan
na be scan ho ye ba ye ni atete ye mo room kakra
me that's doctor
and ye tuya she get fund MPP for by no, they weren't even getting enough money to fund free SHS. Yeah, uncapping get fund. Yeah, you tabrone free. So yeah, they say can air fund free SHS, which they didn't do. They couldn't do for the first time. Yeah, the 3.5 billion Ghana cedi, the highest ever in the last 8 years since the implementation of free SHS. And this year under John Dramani Mahama.
Lawyer.
And the MPP for Omofi Abamu Nche 3 months. They should not pretend as if say Omoti Akonyomo no Omo ye bibi papa bi ma Ghana. If they did. Anka Ghana phone to about momo to about nti omo lose to 1.7.
Dr. Midas, lawyer, yanko.
You see, I say aban we aban a omo dwen Ghana for ho nti no omo atete size of government no enye no correct. This government is a government they have the taste and appetite for taxpayers money. Omo taxpayers money and omo appetite aba. Adentin na make sir. This is a government also omo dwen aban ho. Nanso e wo mo 2025 budget no mo allocate 70 million Ghana cedis for research at Jubilee House. 70 million. No. 70 million. No, it is in the budget. It is in the budget.
50 or 70?
50 million is for goods and services. Near the idea. And 20 million here for other expenditures. It is in the budget. That is what is in the budget.
So it means say the 70 million Ghana cedis it's not for research.
No, in total, research department.
Research department, national security. No, research department, national security. And research at the president. You know this. Wait.
Research under national security. Are you aware under President Muhammad national security co-presidency? And so when I say that research department at the presidency, it's national security not part of presidency. So granted, without admit that they are I haven't lied. Suppose just what did I make an answer? National security under President Akufo-Addo was under the National Security Ministry. They said national security under John Mahama is under presidency. And so invariably, the research department at the presidency of which national security is a subset of it. It's enjoying 70 million Ghana cedis of taxpayers' money every year. That is what we are talking about. Research burn on more. Say you to Boko, no research and we did 70 million Ghana cedis now. Are we all not seeing what is happening in Boko? What are they doing about it? What is the effect of the 70 million Ghana cedis taxpayers are paying to the research department of the national security? They are not even able to pick intelligence. Say, then what is the use of the research you people are doing there? It is an avenue to just juice this country and to enjoy taxpayers' money. Number two, this government again, almost in Ghana for under President Akufo-Addo, almost say President Akufo-Addo side of government in the Muhu Bida. Na esonche open for nyembe 5 years omuhu bida under President Akufo-Addo government no almost bloated no. Now the office of government machinery budget 326 million Ghana cedis for 2024 under Samia Yamuabanya President John Dramani Mahama say no I item course into now by a lean government slimming cost now by a lame government lean government a budget of 2.7 billion Ghana cedis. And we call that a lean government. This is a lean government with a very big stomach. This is a lean government that can consume about 100 bottles of kenke in a week. This is the lean government we are talking about. And this is a lean government I also want to drink Ghana for. I buy a drink Ghana for when Galamsey is saying so. Galamsey ekusu koso ewo forest reserves and then oko Galamsey koso daylight with impunity.
opportunity nkoko police station ni ya dan so beton from akese be bokran hwe nkoko police station beti mabu egu because of galamsey oze modua aban ho modua aban ho na nkoko ofo enu polluted water amukaseti aye demonstrations ti aye mo be dey na mo ya fa ho and na ko western north aban we drink Ghana for na wo win MP the traditional council say manisi a wo win because of galamsey no then na president Mahama aka fa ho President Mahama any opportunity na kasa chere Ghana for over 3 times. On board Galamsey Soda. He doesn't think about the good people of this country. Abai we drink Ghana for na muba abemu. Young people on when you juma wa abemu. And ya mu pamo mu even without a hearing. As far back as Sena Udsika and Ukrofua or more your former 2 years ago. Ninya mu yo mwedi. Muba abemu se muba abemu no. One employment kura mu create here. Yeah, even one employment you haven't created. But Muba be more because unemployment of over 300 to 400,000.
1 minute.
Aban we drink Ghana for one ye ka koke hu sense ma mo pese mo be hwehwe mu no. Aban ye drink Ghana for ho. E na mo de Ghana e da ne koke coaster ye ka ye mu de dia mo pese mo be hwehwe. Aban we ye den drink Ghana for ho. Aban ye drink Ghana for ho na moto electricity mo kwa 15%. Kwabra motos public servants aketu by 10%. Not say public servants ne kura no mo say geo musike wo hoda than 5% abeka mo de ho. Mo say aban drink Ghana for. Hey, enya na say mo drink Ghana for ho de enya ka mo beto man ya ma China for. Just na mo ye Ghana China deben ya yenya ya gya tum say China for na say yensu no. Mo de mo ba mo ye Ghana China mining deben mo di bring Ghana for ni so e be fetch the China for bagana ha aba be say yensu. Where are you drink Ghana for? This government cannot be a government to drink Ghana for. Muba, you say, tell a Bible kind no, or the bonnier for no baby we are, or baby say we are no baby kum. What the electricity adjustment near the idea mudi we are Ghana for sika. What the cocaine galamsey essay or mine, and I would do so a Ghana for. That is the NDC for you. This government cannot be a government to drink Ghana for. Drink Ghana for one, and electricity adjustment here mudi being come from back. Nkamu famba public servants soon public servants eduma ebo mu so drink Ghana for
last draw
say obema me 1 minute
no nya hwe 1 minute 1 minute oh one more time baby
oh there be so 1 minute
oh nya 1 minute
hey na obi e transfer et say act to presidency so hey o say presidency a budget 2.7 billion. Meanwhile, it is the budget for civil servants.
Office of Government Machinery.
Information Ministry. Information Ministry.
Oh, it's not true. Oh, Information Ministry. Office of the Government Machinery.
Information Ministry and the NPP anyhow. Civil servants or more GBC. Civil servants or more ISD. Civil servants more Ghana agency. You na ba be share president. Oh my man kasa.
Baby oye aduma the boss Feliso Fosuku atimpo budget 78 million Ghana cedis.
National security
78 million Ghana cedis. Na to say who after do for beds. 78 million Ghana cedis no. Oyi 8 na that so go solve abroad do for problems.
National security and ye need Ministry of National Security. Almost civil servants e wo. E part of National Security Council. A research department, the external unit of BNI. Na civil servants. Aba be share office of government machinery.
National security.
No money under office of government machinery.
But not national security.
No money.
No more operating.
No more operating. You are a lawyer. You are a lawyer. You know what is right. But what is
insensitive to Ghanaians? Your budget is insensitive to Ghanaians. That's what we are talking about.
And you know this.
You know this. When you are 78 million Ghana cedis,
say the program.
78 million Ghana cedis to government communication. What is government communicating about?
And the MP.
78 million.
He is comparing
communications.
He is comparing
drink Ghana for. A government with the appetite for taxpayers' money.
On Adom TV. Dr. Medase. Lawyer, Medase. Or chair that for background.
Still from that.